All right. So let me share the screen with you. All right. Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
can see the screen.
You can see that. All right. Now the purpose of Websites Watch is that it needs to make our job as a website maintenance company easier. So what happens is that, we already know that we have got various departments, like we develop web portals, dynamic web portals, but we also have a department that takes care of static websites for our clients. And those, most of the static websites are like almost like 95% of those are developed using WordPress as a content management system, and rest 5% some are in PHP and some are developed using pure HTML, CSS, JavaScript kind of really static kind of thing, right? So that is the variation. But now just imagine this, like we have got 161 sites, different clients for which we have got annual maintenance contract. Now that annual maintenance contract, that needs, what it mainly covers is that we need to ensure every day that their sites are up and running. If the site is up and running, not running, then it is our responsibility to talk to the hosting company and then make sure that the website is back up, right? So because it is hosted in various with various hosting companies like GoDaddy, DigitalOcean, then A2 hosting and whatnot, MilesWeb, right? So now just think about it. Nobody can manually go and check 161 sites every day, right? Impossible, correct? So to make sure that from the productivity point of view, we introduced some automation in this monitoring, right? Now what do we do? Like, first of all, you can use this add domain or add URL link here, and you can add the portal or the website here using this particular screen. Okay. Now in some cases, what happens is that we need to ignore whether the site is up or down, right? Because like the client probably is like doing some kind of maintenance, and then they want the site to be like up only after a certain particular date, and then we don't want our team to get disturbed by if the site is down, right? So that is why what we do is that we have this check to ignore the site up and down kind of a that particular check, right? Okay. Now what is this keyword on site? Now this is a very important feature that we have added. So when we check whether the site is up or not, we actually download the content of the homepage, that particular page, and check if that particular keyword is existing on the site or not. If that particular keyword is not existing, then we mark that particular website as it is down. All right. Then there is also one more thing called as the annual maintenance contract renewal date, because that is the date when the client is supposed to pay us the next year's annual maintenance contract fee, right? So do you have any doubt up to, for whatever I've explained so far?
Okay, so just one thing, keyword on site thing. Once again, please.
Yeah. Keyword on site is like, for example, right? For example, let's say that the site name is Japanese classes in Pune.com, right? Then the keyword on that is, say, one of the teachers' name, Prachi, for example, right? Then when we download that site, when we get the first page of that site, scrap that page, then we want to make sure that Prachi keyword is existing on that particular page. If that Prachi keyword is existing, then only we mark that particular site as up. For example, right, I'll tell you the reason. Sometimes a website gets hacked actually, right? So when website gets hacked, the hacker puts in his own information on the site and our information is gone. So technically the site is up. There is no problem with the site, right? Technically. But if you literally look at it as a user, then you'll find that somebody else has taken over that site. It's already hacked. Like all our keywords and all our information is gone from there, right? But if you look from the website's technicality point of view, the site is perfectly up and running, right? And that is why we have put in the something called as a keyword, that the keyword also should exist on that particular page that we are checking. Is that clear?
Okay.
Clear? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Now it's clear.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Then let me go back here. Okay. So websites. So this is the main dashboard, right? This is the summary. People will usually look only at this, right? Our team. If there is anything down, then they will simply click here. There are no sites down, Otherwise, you'll see a table just like this, which will show which sites are down. Okay, and they will just go and then check and where they are hosted and things like that, and then accordingly, like they will take care of that, right? Okay, so if it
Yes.
is down, then what to do, that is beyond the scope of this particular site. This is only for watching it, right? What to do, it depends on case to case basis.
Okay.
Okay, then again, like here this is also very important, because if I click on this, then it tells me what are the different sites that we have ignored, explicitly ignored, right? So that is why this particular section is also important, because we don't want to have something here which needs to be checked every day but is still lying here, right? Okay.
Yes.
Then there is another section called as domains which are nearing the expiry date. Now what happens is that we are responsible almost like 90% of the cases where the client has entrusted their domain with us, right? So for example, if the domain is like silart.com, then we are the ones who are responsible for renewing that domain as well. So our AMC cost includes the domain renewal cost and the hosting cost as well, right? It is all included. I mean, we want to give peace of mind to our client that once you tell us to design a site, we design it, develop it, renew the domain for you, renew hosting for you. We like take care of everything for you, everything for you. So you don't have to worry about a single thing. We'll be taking care of the whole thing for you, right? Everything. Okay. So, but then now it is our responsibility to make sure that the domain is renewed, correct? And we don't want to forget that, right? So that is why this particular section tells you which are the domains whose expiry is near. Like for example, if you see in this case, for this silart.com, the domain expiry date is 16th of March. It's very close actually, right?
Yes.
Okay. But this one, right? This one, just like in the case of up and down, this one also we are getting it automatically, right? So we have got some background jobs running. They run like almost every day, and then they check at a particular place what is the expiry date of a domain, and then they update this year, right? And then you'll see the small refresh buttons out here, right? Right, like for example, in this case, if I have renewed the domain, I mean, I go and then I pay for the domain and then I renew it, then I can just click on this to make sure that the domain is actually renewed. All right.
Yes.
Again, domain renewal is out of scope for this particular website. It is done at say GoDaddy or like the names that I told you last time. So these work as a hosting companies as well as the domain registrars. All right.
Yes, sir.
So far so good. Same thing for AMC renewal date as well. Like you'll see a different section here which says that domains nearing or past the AMC renewal dates. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So same thing here, right? Same thing here. Absolutely same thing, except that this AMC renewal is not done automatically. Actually, it is something that only Fairshare knows what is the renewal date for each and every client, and for each and every client it will be different. So that is why this one needs to be set up like manually. Yeah.
Yes.
So I showed you already, right? I can just go to edit and then do the same thing from here as well. Okay. Then one more thing is domain with dead links. So do you know what a dead link is?
No, sir.
Okay. So dead link is that let's say that you developed a website for your company, and then in that you provided link of a third party, right? Okay, some other website.
Yes.
But now what has happened is that website has gone bankrupt, for example, right? So that particular website is not existing anymore, but it looks really bad on your website that let's say your potential customer goes to your website and he tries to click on a link on your website, and then it says sorry, web page not found, right? So when that happens, it looks really bad on your part, though it is not your mistake that the company has gone bankrupt, but still on your website, it's unnecessarily there, right? So what we do is that again, in the back end, we have got some jobs running, which will go and recursively check every page on your website and then check the links to make sure that all links are working. Okay. None of those are dead links.
Yes.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then other interesting thing is that we even check the spelling mistakes on the website, right? And there is a separate video for this, like how exactly it is done. I'll share that video with you separately.
Okay, sir.
Okay. But fundamentally everything is happening in the backend. So now look at this thing, Keshav, right? Our client has not asked us to check the spelling mistakes on their website. Our AMC is only to make sure that their website is up and running and we fix it, right? But we go out of our way to help them even more, basically, right? Even more. So we go and then check their, the spelling mistakes as I showed you, right? Okay. So
Yes,
these are the main 50% or maybe 60-70% of the thing I have already explained to you. There is one more thing that is happening here, which is very, very interesting, actually. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now I'll just Control F and I'll go to Japanese classes in Pune. Okay. So this is the Japanese classes in Pune site, right? Everything is okay here, right? It is up and running. The domain expiry is far away and everything, right? But you'll also see there is something called as phrases here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me click on phrases. So you have learned a little bit about SEO, right? Search engine optimization.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So yeah, a little bit, right? So these are the phrases for which I would really like Japanese classes in Pune.com to be on the first page, right? So if, for example, if I let me just copy paste here, you can see the screen, right? Now Google,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
trying to search. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm
Okay.
able to see this.
Yeah. Okay. Now you'll see that Japanese classes in Pune. This is the map and this is the site and it comes on the first page.
Yes.
Right. So this is the most desirable effect for not just one phrase, but for other phrases as well. Right. So if somebody searches for JLPT classes, for example, right. Okay. Right. Still Japanese classes in Pune.com is on the first page.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, but we are trying to give this service to all our clients and all their website. And this is absolutely extra thing. So in fact, like, we are not even disclose this to our clients that we are able to do something like this for you. Now, why this is important to go every day automatically and check if you're, on which page your site is, right? If you see this, right? Okay. If you see this, you'll see the history actually, like every day. So on 12th, for example, this particular program automatically went and searched whether the Japanese language classes on which page it is actually, right? So it is telling me that it is on the second page. JLPT classes is on the first page, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, this particular domain is on the first page for this phrase, right? Similarly here, for Japanese classes in Pune, we are on the first page, right?
Yes.
So why is it important to every day go and check? You'll see that there is a history out here actually, right? It is important because sometimes what happens is that because of the competition, your domain goes on the second page from the first page. And when that happens, right, nobody comes and tells you that this is what has happened.
Yes.
Okay. So that is very dangerous. I mean, you will be under the impression that, your website is always on the first page for these phrases, but it is actually not, right? It is actually not. But if you monitor this, then you'll come to know that it has slided or gone down to the second page, right? Then I will go and take some action to make sure that it comes back on the first page.
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the most important thing, and it is like, it is what I call it as an open secret that, everybody knows about SEO, but very less people as compared to, they should do, they do it actually, right? So, okay. Now these things, Keshav, they're happening in the background actually. So you'll get a chance to learn a little bit about, Python, little bit about NLP, and there are quite a few things that we want to add here actually, right? Like for example, I also want to put a check here, where I can detect if the sitemap.xml is present on that site or not, right?
Yes.
Okay. So because that is also one important part of the SEO, right? Right. Like then, if the title is present on a site, if keywords are present in the metadata, if description is present in the metadata. So all these checks I want to have to be included in this particular web portal, so that for all my clients, right, I should be able to clear cut tell them and increase their chances of getting the leads for their business, right? Okay.
Yes.
So any questions so far?
No, sir.
No? Okay. All right. What I'll do is that I'll stop the recording. And as I told you, this is going to be available like on the YouTube very soon. I'll share that with you as well.
Yes, sir. For sure.
Okay. All right then. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye, sir.